Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes for this little news update. It's been getting very frustrating lately, hasn't it, with the Manic Thiaw information that's been branded around all on Twitter and on Facebook groups and all that sort of stuff. The one thing I will say is all the information we've had, it's all been very light at the moment. There's a lot of people saying they're deal done, deal done, deal done. It's not. It's not. There may be a personal agreement in place between the agent and the club when it comes to the player itself, which means they may have agreed terms on the contract, these wages, these bonuses, and all that sort of stuff. But there has been absolutely no agreement between Newcastle United and AC Milan. AC Milan always won after Tonali, and I think Newcastle are trying to force themselves on them by low blowing them a little bit, low balling them a little bit while low blowing them at the same time. They deserve a kick in the nads, don't they, after what they did with the Tonali deal. However, they value them at 40 million euros, which is roughly for 34 million, something like that. We value them, or we apparently were looking to offer 30 million euros, which is only 25, 26 million, which is very low for a player 22, potentially breaking into the Germans team and all that sort of stuff. He does look a very good, shrewd centre-back. So personally, I think we should just pay it. I think we need to pay up. The problem is that we have his PSR in the background. Now, a lot of people think it's a new cycle. We can just go out and do what we want. Can't. We've got to keep looking ahead. Yes, we've lost 1 year of 70 million loss. But if we put a 70 million loss onto this year, that's going to take at least another 3 years before it cycles off, which then will hamper us into the future as well. I will say, if you haven't watched this show from last night, it was absolutely fantastic to have Stefan on, who's financial expert, worked for Man City. You're mental for not watching it. I mean, this guy knows everything. He knows the numbers. He looks at the stuff. Very interested in what he said. Fully enjoyed the show. We asked the questions that all the fans want to be asked. What do you think the budget will be? Why do you think PSR is an issue? You know, what was the Adidas deal like? Why are Villa spending so much and Newcastle on, and all this sort of stuff? So please watch that show, and that'll give you an idea of PSR. And that is why with Thiaw, we're trying to get him as cheap as possible, because there are other targets. And what we said in that show will tell you why we're trying to keep it down as low as possible, because the budget isn't as big as what we all thought it was going to be, which is such a shame. We need a right winger. You know, we need potentially a third striker, because Wilson's injured. We don't know when he's back again. You know, we've only got Isak. I mean, we can play Barnes and Gordon up front, but think of the drop-off in quality when you do that, especially if taking Gordon away from the left wing, where he's so vital for us. And losing Gordon would be unthinkable. That would really hurt. So the Thiaw deal is not close. It's edging is probably the best way to describe it. We are very interested. We've heavily scouted him. We've talked to AC Milan. Tomori might come in instead. We don't know. It all depends on price, but it's one to keep an eye on. It's one to follow, because like the Botman deal, it went on for a while. The saga continued, and we got our man in the end. So let's see what happens with him. The other news, obviously, Trips and Gordon have had an extended holiday granted by Newcastle United. Then Trips is seen in Saudi with an agent and all this sort of stuff, and talking, fuels the rumours of him leaving as well, which again could help our PSR battle. It really could. We have Tino as his replacement. We have Kraft, who can cover there as well. Obviously, we don't want to have to use cover, but there we go. Remember, we're not in Europe, which means our games are far less. And we're not in Europe, which means our budget is smaller, because we're not getting the European money. Such a knock-on effect for it all. Also, Gordon, rumours to Liverpool. I don't think he goes back to Liverpool, to be completely honest with you, after the way he was run out by Everton fans. If he goes back there, it could be a disaster. It could be a masterstroke by Liverpool. We will play hardball, though. We will get the maximum that we can get. We do want one of their players, which they said no to originally, and now it's like, oh yeah, we might want to do that deal. Well, you know, you've got to do it quickly. There's a window here. We need to be able to replace as well. Harvey Barnes is already there as a replacement for Gordon. As backup as he is, but he could end up being a replacement. We don't know, but I really do hope Gordon doesn't go anywhere because he's just absolutely unbelievable. And he is our future with Isak and Botman. So, and Tonali as well, of course, still very young. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Obviously, Villa are the highest spend, but look at this. Man United and Brighton are the highest of the spends in the Premier League. It just shows you how much PSR is having an effect on all clubs, every single club, all looking to do the right deal, not wasting and splashing out money. So that shows you Villa are in a great position after selling players, selling Grealish. Remember, they've been able to rebuild their squad. They're in the Champions League. They're throwing everything at it. So, Villa, it's fantastic for them. And a kick in the teeth at the same time because Sky Sports have now put Newcastle United in the Big 7. Now, I don't like that at all. It really frustrates me because I don't like the Big 6 and I don't want to be part of it. But Sky Sports have put us into it because, they've recognised that Newcastle are here to stay. Villa might just be a flash in the pan. We don't know. But if I was a Villa fan, I'd be very upset. And the other slight news is apparently there's a deal close. However, Football Insider is not a very good source, but yet they've got such a huge following. I like this player, but I don't know if he's got the right attitude for Newcastle United and for Eddie Howe, but I would welcome him. I think he's a very, very shrewd signing. We'll get him a lot cheaper than what Chelsea paid for him. So I think that could potentially be a bit of a masterstroke. One to watch. I don't know how close it is. The information that we had was that it potentially is going to happen. Trippier is away. Madikia is coming in. Thiaw will come in too. So all the information we've had is that it's very positive on Thiaw and on Noni. And them two could be two great signings. People are covered into the house now. But again, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Consider being a member. Diacro are amazing sponsors. So are football prizes. All the links are in the description. But don't forget the 4th of August, we've got an amazing charity game through Black and White Eyes against Stanley Deaf Club. Can't wait for this. We are raising money. Phoenix Steel have been an amazing sponsor to the day. So please consider, donating if you can. Please check out our Facebook groups. Check out our Twitter accounts. If you want raffle tickets, just drop us a message. But thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again very soon. Ta-da.